If NATO is defensive, why did they sabotage the peace deal? Last year, in spring, Russia and Ukraine signed a draft peace agreement. Our Prime Minister, right there, went to Turkey and sabotaged the peace deal. He told Zelensky to pull out of the peace talks, and Zelensky did as he was told. And the sad thing is that they're just using him. Just last month in the NATO summit, look how he tried to embarrass them and upstage them and shame them into allowing Ukraine to join. They don't want Ukraine to join because Ukraine is a tool. Ukraine is a shield NATO hides behind in order to provoke the Russians and make money. The truth is that peace is bad for business. You cannot make money from weapons and war when there is peace. The military-industrial complex in this country and in the United States, our American cousins, are hell-bent on emptying their stocks. On top of that, we have the United States, which runs NATO, using NATO as a tool to control Europe. I mean, they destroyed our civilian public infrastructure. They blew up Nord Stream. That is not a military target. That is a political and economic target. That is a disgusting act of terrorism. I've never seen an act of terrorism disappear so fast from the news cycle in my life. They use NATO to weaken Russia. Control Europe, weaken Russia. That is the strategy. So where is this war taking Ukraine today? How is Ukraine faring? Not very well. The counteroffensive, this much hyped counteroffensive, is a bloody disaster. I have seen horrific videos of Ukrainian and Russian men lying maimed, crippled, dead on the fields of battle, and it is a horrifying sight. Why is this being done? What is the purpose of this? Russia is well dug in. They have superior fortifications, trenches, tank traps, ditches. And there are two things that are being used the most in this war. The two most important things are drones and artillery. Russia has better drones and more artillery. Russia fires in 2 days what the United States takes a month to produce. That means the United States need hundreds of years to catch up with Russia's production of 155mm artillery shells. This is a losing strategy. You cannot win. The idea that Russia will suffer a total defeat is lunacy. This is unrealistic at this point in time. The proof is in the pudding. Look on the battlefield. And Russia is firing 60,000 shells a day. That's a figure from Ukrainian officials in the New York Times and PBS. It's not the Russians saying that, it's the Ukrainians who are saying that. 60,000 shells a day. Do you know how much that is? That is ridiculous. This is like World War I. Not just the counteroffensive failed, it's the war that's failing. Look at the sanctions, these brilliant sanctions. It's not Russia's economy that's been crushed, it's our economy that's been crushed. Gas prices are higher here, not in Russia. The rent is up here, not in Russia. People can't afford food, they can't afford to pay their bills here, not in Russia. Last year the ruble was the best performing currency in the world. Meanwhile, the pound and the euro have been weakened. Well done. Looks like that's working out really well. I mean, the blowback from these sanctions is truly something to behold. It's really a phenomenal failure. This is the first time that the West are getting a small taste of what it means to put sanctions on another country.